Hello friends, today we will see types of vaccine and I will try to explain it in a very simple way so that everyone can understand the types. So first of all, what is a vaccine? A vaccine is a biological preparation that helps the body to develop immunity to a disease by stimulating the immune system and recognize and fight against the specific pathogen. This is what the vaccine is. Now, if we see the types, then live attenuated vaccine, inactivated or killed vaccine, subunit, recombinant or conjugate vaccine, toxoid, then genetic vaccine like mRNA and DNA, and the new generation viral vector vaccines. These are the types of the vaccines. Then if we see one by one, then live attenuated vaccine, it contains a weakened form of living pathogen and can replicate inside the body but does not cause the disease in a healthy people. So this type of pathogen is called attenuated pathogen, and this type of vaccine is called live attenuated vaccine and usually produce a strong and long lasting immunity. And if we take some examples, then MMR, BCG, oral polio, varicella are the example in human side. And if we talk about veterinary side, then SIP-pox, goat pox, lumpy skin disease vaccine and various viral poultry vaccines are live attenuated vaccines. Then inactivated or killed vaccines. This is very old and fundamental type of vaccine where the pathogens have been killed and enter inside the body of a human or an animal, and they obviously they cannot replicate and generally safer for the people with weakened immunity. Say for example inactivated polio vaccine, then rabies vaccine, hepatitis A in veterinary side, hemorrhagic septicemia vaccine, LM precipitated HS vaccine and BQ vaccine are the classical example of inactivated or killed vaccines. Then subunit or recombinant or conjugate vaccine, here it contains only specific part of the antigen or specific parts of the antigen, not the entire pathogen or disease causing organism. Only we can say epitope or which are responsible for the immunity development, that part is included in this, and it cannot cause disease and it is safe and effective. Some of the examples are hepatitis B, HPV, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. Then toxoid, it contains inactivated toxin or toxoid. Inactivated toxins is called as toxoid, and that produced by the bacteria, and it protects against the harmful effect of the toxin. Say for example diphtheria toxoid, tetanus toxoid. If we talk in veterinary science, then this enterotoxemia vaccine, it contains toxoid of the Clostridium organism, especially the epsilon toxin of that ET organism is converted into the toxoid for the we can say to protect against the harmful effect of that epsilon toxin. Then mRNA vaccine contains messenger RNA. We all know that messenger RNA instructs our cell to produce a specific protein. Here it is a pathogen protein, and so that pathogen protein will trigger the immune response without using a live pathogenic organism, or we can say virus. Then example is some of the COVID-19 vaccines are of mRNA type vaccine. Then viral vector vaccine, here we use a harmless virus as a vector to deliver a genetic material from a pathogen, and the vector helps the body to build immunity. Say for example some of the COVID-19 vaccines are adenovirus vector vaccine, and adenovirus is a very common harmless virus vector to produce this type of new generation vaccines. And then DNA vaccine is also a genetic vaccine. Here it contains a plasmid DNA encoding pathogen antigens, and this DNA enters inside our cell and triggers the immune response. We do not have right now any DNA vaccines in veterinary science, and some of the human vaccine in certain country or some imported vaccines are of this DNA vaccines. In a simple classification, the live attenuated vaccine, killed or inactivated vaccines, then subunit conjugate vaccines, toxoid, then genetic vaccines like mRNA and DNA vaccines, and viral vector vaccines. This is the classification of vaccines, types of vaccines. I think now you all are somewhat clear, more clear in your concept about the types of vaccine. And thank you and keep learning.